Hey, what is up YouTube? Long time no see. It is Designer Reviews, and today I'm bringing you guys a video talking about using a Verizon iPhone 6 on metroPCS. Now this video is sort of random, so the goal of it is to let you guys know about my experience with using this particular phone. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So I purchased this phone from Swappa like I do many of my other iPhones, and the phone cost me $410. Definitely not the cheapest option. Now some of you may be wondering if I was required to unlock this iPhone to use on metroPCS, and the answer to that question is no. I was not required to unlock this phone because the phone was already factory unlocked. In fact, Verizon has a policy of not even locking their iPhones for GSM carriers like metroPCS, T-Mobile, and AT&T. So in other words, Verizon iPhones are sold as being factory unlocked. I would say that the activation process was fairly straightforward. Before I even proceeded with the activation process entirely though, I first made sure that the phone met the specific guidelines for use on metroPCS. So in other words, I first had to make sure that the phone was unlocked. Next, I had to make sure that the phone had a clean ESN or IMEI number, which basically means that the phone was not reported lost or stolen. And this also means that the phone did not owe any money to Verizon. And finally, I had to make sure that the phone was not on any type of payment plan with Verizon. Now once I made sure that the phone met all the guidelines and I had my metroPCS Nano SIM card, the rest was history. But being that activation is not the focus of this video, I would suggest checking out my official activation video to give you guys a better sense of understanding as to how the process works. This phone receives both metroPCS 4G and metroPCS 4G LTE speeds. And with that said, I will have to say that the speeds are decent overall. Now I picked the word decent because speeds for me tended to fluctuate based on different areas. There are some areas where my speeds are just outright amazing, whereas there are other areas where my speeds are just outright slow. While using data on this phone, apps from the App Store downloaded at a decent rate. Music streaming was often uninterrupted, however video streaming buffered quite a bit. So at the end of the day, I would say that the speeds on this phone are decent overall. Now call quality is something that I often overlook when making these types of videos. So with that said though, I will have to say that call quality on this phone has been top notch and I have no complaints whatsoever. Now, throughout the time that I've owned this channel on YouTube, I have spotted a pattern with the way that people ask questions about features regarding using iPhones on metroPCS. So because of this section of the video is set up in a question and answer format. So I see a lot of people wondering if you'll be able to surf the internet while on a phone call. Now this is a great question, and in my experience with using this phone, I have been able to surf the internet while talking on the phone with no problems whatsoever. Next question is, will the App Store, iTunes, iMessage, FaceTime, and other stock Apple apps work? And once more, to my knowledge, while using this phone, all these features work without a problem whatsoever. Next question is, will group messaging and picture messaging to other non-iPhone users work? Throughout the time that I've been using this phone, I have been able to send group messaging and picture messaging to Android users and other non-iPhone users with no problems whatsoever. Next question is, does the personal hotspot work? The answer to this question is once more yes. While using this phone, I have been able to use the personal hotspot feature with no problems whatsoever. And since the personal hotspot feature is included on my plan, I have been able to use that feature with no additional cost. Next question, does Wi-Fi calling work? Another great question as well. I have been able to use Wi-Fi calling on this phone ever since I upgraded the phone to iOS 9.3.1. I am currently on iOS 9.3.2 and Wi-Fi calling continues to work without a problem whatsoever. And finally, does visual voicemail work? I have been able to successfully set up visual voicemail on this phone and it works without any problems whatsoever. So all in all features work for a Verizon iPhone 6 on metroPCS. So just like that, this brings me to the end of my random video. I hope you guys have better insight into what it's like using a Verizon iPhone 6 on metroPCS. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comment box below. Please like and share the video. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Whenever that is, I don't even know myself, but peace out.